we're talking about disruption and marketing in a disruptive era. Disruption is all around us. We know that. COVID-19 was a rude reminder to us that disruption is happening around us. And even before that, we had disruption all over for us. And the drivers of disruption were primarily things like globalization. We had also things like demographic changes. Think about the fact that this is the first time in recorded history of mankind that 6 generations lived together. In case you are not aware of them, those who were born before the Second World War, that's number 1. Those who were born during the Second World War and shortly after that, the so-called baby boomers, that's number 2. And then you got Generation X, number 3, Generation Z, Y, number 4, Generation Z or Z, number 5, and the so-called Generation Alpha, number 6, or we call them Coronians now. Now, these people speak different languages, and yet they are our customers. They are going to be our suppliers, and they are our colleagues at work. And for those of us who are teaching, for example, they are our students. You should imagine, I kind of teach at the University of Nottingham, and when we had to go into lockdown and had to use digital means of teaching, the students knew more about digitization than we knew, because they were digital natives, we were digital immigrants forced into the digital world, kicking and screaming. But these demographic changes are key in terms of that, and they are disrupting and will continue to disrupt. The third thing that is disrupting are customers and customer expectations. 3 things about customers I draw your attention to. Number 1, customers are moving from ownership of things to access of things. They don't necessarily want to own things, they just want to have access to things. Number 2 is hyper-personalization. Nobody wants to be treated as a nameless, faceless person. And number 3, they are moving from products and services to the experience of products and services, because it's through that experience that they kind of get the value inherent in the products and services. Now, in times past, we've said customers are really very important. But when we said that, we meant we want you to believe that you're important, but we don't think you're important. But some fundamental changes have taken place. Namely, the cost of acquiring data and disseminating data at scale has become so cheap that just the possession of this thing, this smartphone, by a customer can increase your brand equity by so much or destroy it so much. So, for example, about 18 months ago, or probably about 20 months ago, we all saw an Indian doctor who was dragged out of United Airlines flight, I think from Chicago to Louisville, Kentucky, or one of those places. This image went viral, and 2 days after it went viral, the market capitalization of United Airlines dropped by $1 billion. That is what one messing up with a customer could do to your market capitalization. Now, that was a tangible impact. The intangible impact in terms of the drop in the brand equity of United Airlines is incalculable and immeasurable, and it will roll on for some time to come.